McDonald. Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. I have a return favorite. She's all dolled up, so I hope you go over to my YouTube and rub one out. To Lala Kent, welcome back, girl.
I feel right at home here.
Yes. I just saw you. Look how cute we are when we went to the Bros premiere last Wednesday.
Can we just talk about how hot we look here?
This was a real good one.
It was such a good one, and I'm so glad you wore that dress.
Thank you. I struggled. I told people I was going to wear my hair up.
Right.
Like the Kim Kardashian, part it down the middle with the trendles, which actually Sheena kind of has going.
Yeah, Sheena. Well, you said you were going to do it like Sheena's, but you sent me 3 dress options.
Yes.
I told you to go with this one.
Right.
Because you had to bring the boobs out for the gays.
Right. But then
it's just
I had
a
this
must.
other booby dress that was like a cross, like where your boobs are smushed and they can see it, but it had shoulder pads. But then with my hair up, I did look like a drag queen. And I knew there'd be a ton at the Bros premiere, and I did not want to be mistaken for a drag queen.
But that dress, because you had the shoulder pads, it's like, okay, like her boobs are huge and they're out, but the shoulder pads, like she's actually really classy right now.
Yeah, so I wasn't classy. I just had this slutty dress on. And then I wore the hair down. But before I was trying to make it work, because I have a side part, which I'll never give up, when I did the part down the middle, one side was much longer. So I cut it myself.
Oh.
So that is why I had to get a haircut yesterday.
I've done that
Because
so many times.
it was like a Barbie hair.
Where you just chop straight across instead of doing
like
the layering.
that. So I went to the hairdresser. I'm like, okay, you might need to really do a whole thing. So my hair's a little bit shorter today. But anyway, so we saw the movie. We did not get to sit next to each other.
No.
So tell me what you thought of the movie, because America is not going out to see it. And Billy Eichner, the star of it, tweeted, stop being such homophobes, America. If you didn't see my show, you're a homophobe. If you didn't see my movie. Because only 4.8 million it made.
I agreed with him. Because for me, when I was watching it, by the way, I was the annoying one that laughed literally at everything.
I laughed a lot.
I laughed a lot. I thought it was so cute. I loved it. I was like, who wouldn't want to go see a gay rom-com? But then I forget the rest of America and how they're, I'm like, this movie's going to kill it.
Well, I thought, okay, I saw it as a preview. And, gosh, okay, I'm going to just be really honest here. I saw it as a preview before another comedy movie, Joe Coy's movie. And I'm with my 2 sons that still appear to be straight at this point. We know anyone can change with the wind, but they've acted very straight from the time they were born. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and they laugh at the first couple jokes. And then it's very physically R-rated gay. Okay?
Yes, totally.
And then my son's like, this might be too gay for me to go see. I'm just saying it. And come at me, people. It's the fucking truth. And you have to pay to go to the movie. You have to see it. Now, if it's like streaming in your house, maybe more people would have seen it. It's a big deal to go to the movie still.
But by the way, I think when you can watch it at home, people are going to watch it at home.
I mean, there are hardcore, really funny jokes that I think are relatable to anybody. However, I kind of think, because I talked about this on Tuesday, so now I'm having more of a thought.
Okay, tell me your thought.
If I was the Universal executive, who probably didn't have much say in it because they're scared to say anything. Right. I would say I'm all for the fact that these 2 guys are 2 opposites in the gay world who come together and fall in love. But I think the other B and C storylines also being about LGBTQ and gay and all that, as a marketing point, you might have lured more people in if they just saw they were watching 2 guys fall in love in this world where gay relationships are different than heterosexual relationships.
So you feel like they lean too far into the sexual stuff which, by the way, can I tell you, I'm even watching the new Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon right now. And just watching, I'll just go watch a porno. I don't need to see men and men on top of each other, women and women, men and women. I don't, it's just I got it. When
I was watching the sex scenes of Bros, I was literally, what do you need a girl for? Like, I was just like, they are like, who the fuck needs us? You're both hot. You can have threesomes and foursomes, and you can get a baby through a surrogate. And like, literally, what do we need women for anymore?
But like, I also live in West Hollywood, so watching Bros for me, even during the like sexual scenes, it was like so. Well, G-rated. Like, you walk down Santa Monica Boulevard and you're seeing the same thing. So for me, it's just so...
For me, I like seeing gay guys, like, make out and stuff. You know, when they were talking about Brokeback Mountain and stuff, that was a drama, and it was a limited release, and it was only released in the LA, San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and it was an Oscar contender. And I remember when I went to go see that movie, I went to a movie theater in Thousand Oaks, and I was excited to see it with my friend. And the girl was like, I go, oh, we're going to see Brokeback Mountain. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, she acted weird. And my friend goes, I think, like, there are certain people that, like, religiously would have a problem with that. But even with Brokeback Mountain, there was only one little part where he licked his fingers to then go and get himself wet to have sex with him in the tent.
Okay.
That was the most graphic we saw of how men make love.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, this is cracked open. Cracked open is, I mean, I just found out what Poppers did like 3 weeks before seeing this. And this was like this was a conversation in the movie.
No, Bros was, in my opinion, hysterical, and I wouldn't have changed anything.
I loved that they showed that their relationships are different than heteros, and are making fun of all these Hallmark movies that want to show that, oh, gay guys, boy meets boy, and the mother doesn't like this one for her son, and like all the same corny shit that you'd have in a heterosexual rom-com or romantic. It doesn't really apply. The truth is, yeah, there's some guys that want to get married and have kids. There's a lot of guys that stay together for 50 years because they do have threesomes, because they're not monogamous. And that is more the truth. I think if you interviewed a bunch of old gays in Palm Springs who have been married or together for more than 30 years, I'm guessing they have not been 100% monogamous, and it's worked out just beautifully for them.
But by the way, if it works out in your relationship, totally. Go do that.
No, but I'm saying, I agree, but I'm also saying, I liked that Billy was like, no, we're going to expose the truth.
Yes.
We're not going to sugarcoat it for the heteros that want to believe that we're all the same, because we're not all the same.
No, I agree with that.
Our sex is different. Our relationships are different.
The whole thing.
And so in that respect,
just like my relationship, if I were to go date a woman, is going to be very different than if I'm dating a man. Totally. It's not the same.
If she's your size, you share clothes, you like to do this.
We're both hyper. I mean, we're very emotional and sensitive, and our periods are going to sync up. And she's going to PMS the same time I'm going to PMS. It's just going to be different.
Listen, being married to a man for 22 years, I applaud you if you're gay. I think having the same biological person that is your partner is so much easier. Like, I think that's like guys, you know, it's always like, men are like this and women are like this, and why is she always cold, and why aren't you neat? And like, there is more of that. Like, there's more fights about dumb shit like that,
right?
Because you are two different sexes that have different emotions and different ways of thinking.
Totally.
And like I just saw this joke where someone said a boy mom her son could be married and have 3 kids, and she wouldn't know about it because he never bothered to tell her. Like it's the communication of like the way girls talk so much more and all that. Everything is so. Anyway, getting back to this, I don't think it was great that he blamed the heteros, because I don't think enough homosexuals went to go see this movie.
Wait, hold on. I don't know that I think he spoke about certain parts of America.
Well, one of the tweets that got a lot of action was,
there was more than one.
And he's being funny too, but he's being like, you know, the reason my movie didn't do well is because if you didn't see my movie, you're a homophobe. Something like that.
Okay, that I don't agree with. And I only saw the first one where he was saying there are certain parts of America that just aren't ready for it.
Yes. But I also think this, okay, romantic comedies, they kind of really fell off the circuit. They're only now being seen at a dry bar. Okay, those are all the romantic comedies from 2000 with Kate Hudson and everything.
Yeah,
and we all liked going to see those movies because you're like, oh my God, maybe if I was an anal retentive, marketing exec living in New York who couldn't find love, maybe if I just relax and let the guy lead me a little, I could be happy and married by 30.
They're feel good.
That was so you kind of would be watching it as a 20-something or as a teenager, and it was like a fantasy. So this romantic comedy, Bros, is not a fantasy for you to put yourself in because there isn't a female. Though, and then the heterosexual guys would only go to those movies to like please their girlfriend. They weren't going.
Yeah, but I feel like that's how it is with rom-coms with straight people, and like I feel like men go with their girlfriends to see it. Just
that's
to
what
be
I'm saying.
Nice.
But I don't think they're going to go to ones where I'm saying the heterosexual girl that doesn't have a million gays to go with her is not going. You know what?
They're not going to see Bros.
They're like. Come on, there were
not
times,
because they're homophobic.
Like if it's J-Lo in a romantic comedy,
yeah,
and you're like by yourself on a Saturday and your girlfriend can't come, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get my nails done, get a coffee, and I'm gonna go see this matinee. I'm just gonna fucking chill out and see this thing. So there's that.
But by the way, the other lead guy, not Billy Eichner, but Luke McFarlane.
Yeah,
I mean, this was kind of his big break, right?
Yeah.
So the cast, when you look at it, wasn't like. Obviously I knew Miss Lawrence because I watched Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
But maybe if they would have thrown in like Matthew McConaughey is the other bro.
So
maybe it would have been different.
Guy Branum, who was my connection to going there, and he had a big part in it. He went off on Twitter last night, and he was like, what needs to be pointed out is that Billy and the director said, no, we want only actors from the gay community to be in this movie. So we're not going to have the Marissa Tomei's as the best friend, and we're not, or whatever, the big names. We're not going to have J-Lo in it. We're not going to have Matthew McConaughey be the opposing lead.
So then I feel like they should have known this is a risk. We may not get the people in the seats the way we think we're going to because we're going to do this so differently.
And we're going to do it our way, which I totally respect. We're not going to be a Hallmark love story. We're going to be and I thought it was very believable, very realistic. We were in a theater of gay people and gay allies and people that are into this stuff and comics, and we did laugh a lot. Like, I do think it's really funny, and I think I think if you can, if I think most people that listen to Juicy Scoop would like this movie. So,
yes,
and then tweet
totally
Guy Branum and tweet Billy and show that you went, and maybe they'll follow you back. They seem very upset. So go see the movie.
They put their heart and soul into it. And it's their life.
Yeah.
Do see the movie because I laughed. Me and Sheena. We were so annoying.
Yeah, I thought it was very funny. So. But I also think that's so Billy, though, to be like pissy on Twitter and like not really care, and just say what he wants to say. That is him, and good for him. He's always funny, and
I love people that have no muzzle.
Now, this was sad. I can't believe it's happened. Giselle has hired a divorce attorney.
Okay, so
against Tom Brady.
What is going on? Because I knew what I had read was that it had to do with him going back to play football after he said he was going to retire. But then she said that has nothing to do with it. So what does it have to do with? You think they just grew apart? Did he creep around? I don't think he creeped around. I think they've been together a really long time, raising kids, and with all the money in the world and all the hotness in the world, for probably a lot of reasons, she is just not feeling respected or loved by him. And maybe she's putting her foot down so he comes crawling back. One of the things was that he was going to retire. That was something that he said over and over. And I think she really believed him and really thought that their dynamic and their family dynamic would change. And when it didn't, then I think it caused really bad fights. And there was this one bad fight, I guess, where then she left and went to Brazil. And now that she's back and they're living separately in Miami, the word is that she did get an attorney. Oh, they're in Miami? Bad move. Someone's creeping. Someone's creeping. I'm telling you what.
Well, Yeah, I think he's or he's Tampa. He's Tampa.
Oh,
so
very
he's Florida.
different.
He's Florida.
Very different.
Yeah.
Is it Tampa or Miami? Because it's very different.
No, I don't know that it's very different. I think it's anything wealthy and fun is happening. But like,
I think it would be really hard to be with an athlete because I've dabbled in the athlete world.
Yes.
And their schedules are just so crazy.
Yeah.
That you are put on the back burner. Even they can sit there and tell you they love you and like you have a family together, but they're never around.
He lives in Miami.
Oh, he does live in Miami.
Something ain't right.
Well,
not right.
you know, unfortunately, he was with his mother, the mother of his first child.
Correct.
When he met Giselle. Now, he always said that even though she was pregnant with the child, when he met Giselle, he did say we were not together. And I don't think that she, Bridget, I think her name was Moynihan. I don't think that she said that wasn't true. Like, I really don't think they were together. But society then didn't like Giselle for a while. Then when they saw that Giselle was good to his child and they had this really strong relationship, they had 2 or 3 more extra kids. They'd been together so long. Then people like embraced the cuteness of their life.
Do you think Tom Brady would be hot if he wasn't Tom Brady?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe just not my type.
I don't think it's your type. I like a tall, clean cut, like like football guy. Like that is me. I would absolutely, I'm the Giselle to the Tom Brady.
You are.
Anyway, so we'll see what happens. I a little bit have hope.
That they'll get back together?
Yeah, I have a feeling like, I feel like this has been happening a little bit lately where people file as like a thing to like make you go, I am fucking serious. Get ready for your life to really change and feel lonely and da-da-da. So I'm hoping that this was her cry and he's going to listen. But it's kind of hard for him to do in the middle of football season.
Nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of a season. And who knows? He could want to go back next year.
And then if he drops out, then you've got like an entire football world who even hates you more than they did before.
Right. She's secretly praying for an injury.
Or she's like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for football season to end. I've always put that ahead of me. I'm going to do what I want to do. And what I want to do is get divorced.
By the way, look at her. She is so freaking hot.
I know.
Yeah, go live your life, girl.
So anyway, people were saying, why doesn't she date Pete Davidson?
What is the internet's obsession with like two
matching people,
random people getting together? Why would they date?
Gross and gross. She would never ever date him. And then they were like, what about Kim Kardashian dating Tom Brady? No, that'll never happen.
No.
Pete is you see he got the he's getting his tattoos removed. He had a bunch of Kim tattoos, like 6, one being a branding of KIM, but he had the "My Girl's a Lawyer."
Right? Is that the one he got covered up?
That looks to be like he has a bandage, so they think that he is getting that either changed or removed or whatever. And
you know, it's such a rookie move to get it like removed. Like, just cover it up.
Well, that when they first broke up,
covered in tattoos, just get it covered up.
Right. When they first broke up, there was lots of funny memes of what he could do with this one.
Okay, what were some of the?
They
funny
were like,
ones?
my girl's a squirrel or something, and they changed the letters to squirrel, and then it was like a little squirrel with like a briefcase, or like it was all this, like there were so many. I did it on the show. I can't remember. There were so many that you could do with changing this.
Yeah, but one person said on this picture, Pete finally realized that Kim's not a lawyer yet. Which I thought was funny.
Yeah. She's not a lawyer.
Is she or isn't she?
No. I passed the baby bar, and it's going to take a few more years. And yeah, she might. I mean, she might. I said I thought it was so interesting that, like, when you have all the money in the world, you know, I guess you can get like a tutor to just like walk you through it and study. It's still going to take a lot to learn it all. But then the whole point of being a lawyer is going to law school and meeting with groups and fighting, and like the whole environment of an actual learning with people and not being like a solo learner.
Right.
But I mean, look, whatever kind of law situation she gets in, it's not like she's just going to be opening some small little practice in Calabasas and like hiring one person. It's going to be a media situation of I'm a lawyer now, respect me, or or if she ever
but
did
she's getting
try
the job
anything.
done without her being a lawyer. So it's always going to be about who she is.
But I think she wants to do it to like show the world. I really did. Because I'm like, at this point, why don't you just blow it off? Like you have 4 kids, you're getting divorced.
Blow it off.
Yeah, you're getting divorced. Like, thank God, like you have the Skims is a huge hit. Like, why don't you just go, you know what? I really enjoyed my first year. A lot of people drop out of law school after a first year. It's like, but I feel like there's so much like, no, I want to show the world, that I think
that's what it is too.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the world that I'm smart, but it's like, I'm the type where I'd be like, I'm fucking Kim Kardashian. You can think I'm stupid. You can think whatever you want because I'm fucking Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I totally agree. Speaking of which, Post Malone, he inked up with his daughter's initials.
I love a face tattoo or many.
What's the little girl's name?
I don't know that.
Wait, DDP.
I'm going to find out. Wait, yeah, find out what the name is.
Is his last name not Malone?
No, I don't think his last name is Malone.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to know.
His name's Austin Richard Post.
Oh, Post.
Oh, Post.
So this girl is DDP at Department of... No, I don't know. Oh, my God.
Dick Department of Post.
I interviewed Amber Rose, and I was just so... when she got her kids' names on her forehead.
Okay, I kind of loved it. But I love Amber Rose. Like, I
love
like
Amber
she
Rose
can
too.
Do no wrong, even with the giant.
I haven't revealed her name yet. So.
Oh,
I think she's. That's a whole new thing. I guess never revealing your kid's name until they pick it themselves. I don't know what the fuck is going on with people like not choosing a name for their child.
Well. And, like, by the time you reveal it, it's like no one cares anymore. It's like they're trying to create this buildup, and it's like, well, now I don't even give a shit.
Well, when Kylie was talking about it with Chris on the latest episode, she was like, every day we kind of change it. We're like, he's not a wolf, he's not a this. But until we give him a name, he has no social security number or anything. And I'm like, obviously, I think he's fine. I think his credit will be fine. But, like,
so too.
But, like, I was kind of like, yeah, that is just so...
You think still right now he has no name?
Well, I saw a TikTok thing.
Okay.
Where someone went in on their trademarks.
Okay.
And she's trademarked the name Kristen, Kristan. So that could be her son's name. That's the boy version of Chris.
Don't love that. Don't love that at all.
Also, I'm like...
It was a buzzkill when I found out about Stormy, too. I was like, oh.
But it wasn't Kristen... Wasn't that Kim's second baby? Chris Tan.
So they think Kris Jenner is coming out with a caftan line.
Oh. Okay, Annie just said Chris Tan is not the boy version of Chris. They think it's Kris Jenner coming out with a caftan line, and I 100% think that's right. 100%.
I think that's right
too,
because
isn't
Kylie's middle name? How do I know this? I'm gonna go home and judge myself.
It is.
Kristen?
Yeah, because Kris Jenner's full name is Kristen.
Oh, so you taught me something new.
Anyway,
Kristen Jenner just hits different than Chris, right?
Putting your kids' names on your forehead.
I wouldn't do it, but like if a dude rolled up on me and had his kids' names tattooed on his face, which has happened to me,
yes,
I'd be like, you in the bed right now.
I just don't think there's a kid on this earth that at 12 is going to be thrilled to have their mom at middle school at the cupcake sales with their name on their forehead.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be thrilled to even have their mom without the face.
I'm just saying, I don't care how
kids are just weird.
Right,
like
but
that.
I mean, you think about like what's embarrassing now, and like everybody's going to be embarrassed by your parent, even if it's the hottest rapper, model, whatever. There's going to be a whole different vibe going on that's in style 10 years from now, and it's not going to be having your name on your dad's face.
But when that time comes, you'll be able to just walk into a doctor, they'll like put something on it and you peel it off and it's just gone.
Right, sure.
That's just how I feel. You know? Like however many years from now.
You're dating people with face tattoos right now?
No, I'm not dating anybody.
They're rolling up on you.
They're rolling up on you. No, but there is a person who I am very fond of.
Yes.
Who has a lot of face tattoos. Yeah. And I'm just like so into it.
Okay.
You know, that's just what it is. I go, girl.
It is a look.
And he's like the sweetest human in the world. Like you would never, like if he...
Well, I don't even think it's like what it used to be. It used to be like a neck tattoo meant like you were in a gang. Now it's like, it's just fashion.
Hailey Bieber has a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm into tattoos. So you could put them anywhere and I'm like, that's hot.
All right. Okay, so Keenan
Hold on, can we go back for 1
yeah.
second? So is this the new one up here? Because he has DDP underneath as well. So he did it twice?
I guess
just
so.
Different?
He probably forgot. I don't know.
He probably forgot. He's like, oh fuck, I did it twice. I gotta put my blunt down.
Speaking of tattooed faces, okay. We have to order the Travis Barker book. Put it on your list. Because I'm seeing people reading, like there's a lot of memoirs out there right now that these people that are walking the earth that wrote them 12 years ago do not want people to read them.
Oh, shit.
I mean, forget about, I know people are pulling books from shelves in schools and everything. Celebrities are probably running around trying to burn some books they wrote.
Wait, so this is an old book that Travis Barker wrote?
Yes, it was his memoir. And it's all about how many girls he banged and how he cheated on his wife, Shanna, and how he went out with Kim Kardashian. And yes. And so probably to find it, like
It's $14.
it's $14. Let's order it. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
doesn't mean he's not a good husband today.
No,
but
that's
it
what
is
I
kind of
mean.
juicy to read someone's memoir that they wrote 12 years ago when they're presenting themselves in a very different way and people just want to forget that that was their life.
No, but I actually don't like that because people try to hold me to the same person that I was season 4, season 5, and I'm not that person anymore. Let's talk about it. I've been through X, Y, and Z to get to where I am today, but I most certainly, if you're sitting there going, I'm sure he's a good husband now, it's like, well, I would be a great partner now versus when I was 25 getting fucked up and had a revolving door on Olympic Boulevard. Like it just...
I totally agree. Like, and I wrote a book 10 years ago too, and I haven't read it in a while, but I may not agree with everything I said in that either. I just still think it is kind of juicy.
It's always
juicy. To read someone's memoir just as like, okay, we see him now, and that's just interesting. I know that's
no
I
one
find
in
it
this
interesting.
industry
I'm not
is
saying
no
that,
one
like,
in this industry is cookie cutter
Right.
great human being. We've all done things that we're not proud of.
Yeah.
So of course, I don't think that Kourtney Kardashian should go back and be like, but you wrote these things in your book,
No,
and I just don't
definitely
trust
not.
you. This is a red flag. Even though me in my life right now, I would read that and be like, red flag, you got to go.
I mean, it's out there.
It's out there, but I kind of love it.
Yeah, I kind of love it too. And I'm like, and I think
The feeling
it's
of having
interesting.
no skeletons in your closet is like a feeling that like no one. It just feels so good.
You're right. The proper good thing about it is that he's like, no one's going to come out and be like, oh, you presented yourself as this great husband, because he didn't, or this great dad. He was smoking blunts when his kids were around. He was, dating all these girls. He was cheating on his wife. It's all in the book.
Yeah.
And so, and that's maybe made him like redeem himself and then realize I don't want that next time around.
Because I had this same conversation with someone a few days ago where they were talking about how they had a few different women at one time and they lived, all over the United States. And for me, it was like red flag, red flag, red flag.
Wait, hold on. Were you talking to Cody from Sister Wives? Because he just lost one of his wives and is looking to replace her. And I know you're from Utah, but
I'm from Utah,
he
but
has
I'm
no
not a
face
polygamist.
tattoos. He has no face tattoos. So I'm going to say I don't think he's right for you.
I will never
This is the
go back
exclusive.
to being with someone who I am not sexually attracted to. Like now you got it.
We're talking about Cody. He's pretty hot. Have you not seen those trendles? Those little curls?
They're so bad. I love that show though.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? But he was talking about how that's not the person that he is still today.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you're in this industry, things are thrown at you, including pussy and dick, all the time.
Right.
And you're like, this sounds fun. And then you have like bottle service and you get a little liquor in you and you're like, consider them all banged.
Right, and who the hell's going to want to read this book if it's just about... I mean, like,
Nobody.
Erica Jane's book was so fucking boring. She
How
revealed
did it
no
make
juice,
it to
and
the
so
New
did
York-
Dorinda. Revealed no juice.
Yeah, but why did it make
Why
it
write a
onto
book?
a New York Times bestseller? How did it make it on the list?
Well, if enough people buy it that week.
Okay.
But there was absolutely no juice in it at all.
Like, see, what's the point?
It was a big, so exactly. So
see, I tend to overshare because I
respect the Travis Barker for writing that book when he did and being totally honest about what his life was, giving the people the juice and telling the truth. So now I'm going to go back. I didn't think he was bad or anything that he did that before. I just thought it was juicy, and now I actually think it shows more character that he didn't write a fluffy book.
Right.
That no one would want, that people would feel pissed for spending $12 on, and he freaking told the truth.
Yeah. Why write a book? What's the point?
Yeah.
That's
Don't
how
waste
I was.
My time.
No, people are going to, there's a reason why people are buying your book and they want to know the ins and outs of who you are, how you think.
Yeah.
We already see what you want us to see, like in the outside world. You're hot, you're a drummer, rich. Yeah. I want to know what you're doing behind the scenes when no one can see you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So Kenan Thompson from SNL, he is getting divorced. And according to Stylecaster, his wife that he met, that they're married for a long time, he married her when she was 21, is dating his co-star from SNL.
Fucked up. The girl's fucked up for doing it, and this little guy is also fucked up for doing that. What is wrong with these people who think that that's like totally okay? Like, but they're single now. No.
I know. It's very weird.
It's weird.
And then some other person said, I thought something was up with Kenan because suddenly, like the last year of the show, he would wear his wedding ring in every sketch. Oh. And most people don't wear their wedding rings when they perform because they're playing all these different characters. Right. And it's like, you want to... and so, like, I don't know, maybe he was trying to show her or whatever. Well, anyway, that's the rumor. I don't know if this is totally true, but I heard this from many people. Then I looked it up, and there was an article written about it.
Does it get exhausting keeping up with the juicy scoop?
Yes, it does. It does. Also,
this makes me sad.
Tia Mowry.
She
was the one that was on The Real all those years, right? Yeah. She had the twin sister that were. It
was Tia, not Tamara, right?
Tia, sorry.
No, but that on The Real.
Yeah,
I never watched
Tia
The Real.
Who was on The Real all those years.
Okay.
And Tia and Tamara were these cute girls that had the show Sister and everything. And then they always did stuff, and they had like some reality shows and things like that. Anyway, now she and her husband are getting a divorce after 14 years.
And there's no reasoning. By the way, he's so cute.
Well, he's free.
No. Because I love Tia. I don't know her.
I mean... They're the one she filed, and it was, joint and shared joint custody. I guess she's asking for the kids, and she's asking the judge to not grant spousal support where she would have to pay him based on a prenuptial agreement that they signed. So she's like, child support's one thing, but I should not have to pay him spousal support because we have a prenup. So I thought that was interesting. And they did get married a long time ago.
Yeah, but see, I just feel like if the roles were reversed, I just don't see how that's going to be thrown out for her to not have to pay him.
Right, because if the roles were reversed and a woman was married to someone for 14 years, maybe the child support wouldn't be enough for her to sustain her lifestyle. So therefore, yeah, I'm sure good attorneys, if he feels he needs it, I'm sure good attorneys could
well, they're going to have to release all of their financials to see. And if the child has to live the same way they live with the mom as they do with the dad and vice versa. Like, that's the biggest thing for the court, is that the child doesn't
going from a mansion to like a 1-bedroom apartment in a
totally, or like they're going to Pelican Hill or whatever with one parent, and then they're staying at the Holiday Inn when they go on vacation with, it's about keeping the child consistent.
Right.
I just don't see how that's going to work. Even with the prenup, because what I've learned, and not because of my own situation, because I didn't need to revert back to a prenup, but those are basically just like an insurance policy, but you could walk into a court and be like, this doesn't work for me anymore. I want to file something.
Right. Every contract can be disputed.
100%.
So, too bad for them. Then Miguel.
Oh, no.
He's divorcing his wife.
He filed?
I don't know who filed, but I was just collecting. There were so many divorce things this week.
Everyone's calling it a day.
But they say this couple's on and off a lot, so they don't really know if it's true.
Okay.
Then Mackenzie Scott, who's the wife of Jeff Bezos, She filed for divorce from her second husband of 2 years.
This is why I don't know why people get married. Okay? You've literally just made me with the last few slides where I'm like, not happening. Because I want to know that when I'm over it, we just go our separate ways. It's a whole thing. You got to file. Katie Maloney said, I didn't realize how much of a business transaction marriage was until I got divorced or started the process.
Yeah.
Like, it's all fluff, and it's like, oh, it's just a marriage certificate that we're going to send in, but we're together forever. And then, like, when you decide you want to get divorced, it's like, here's paperwork.
But the thing of marriage is, when it's not working out, it is such a pain in the ass to get divorced. Maybe you'll hang in a little longer, and maybe you will stay married. That's why you get married.
That sounds like torture.
Well, that's what it is.
And then I don't like the optics of that.
Oftentimes people look back because, I mean, I've talked to people when I was newer married. I remember there was this hot couple I hung out with, and they were so attractive and so rich, and they were from Texas, and I was staying at their place in Cabo, and she was about 10 years older than I was at the time. And I'm like, so what's the secret? And she goes, it wasn't always good. There was a time I moved out. There was a time this happened, and we had to go through that. And now we're 48 and happy. So I'm like, sometimes because there's so much at stake with kids and homes and businesses, and that you go, look, I'm going to look back at my marriage and be like, it was like this, and there was that chunk of time that wasn't completely romantic and perfect.
I just think it sounds horrible to be like, it sounds horrible.
It's hard. Marriage is hard. It's not easy.
I am miserable with this person, but it sounds more miserable and harder to get divorced. So I guess I'll just fucking suck it up.
But there are people,
I get to choose between two miserable situations.
Okay, there's people that are miserable 24/7 with their spouse.
Okay.
And then there's people that are miserable for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Where they're like, ugh. And then 2 hours later, you're just like, what's up? What are we having for lunch? There's that. There's those people.
I want to be with someone.
There's those people.
I'm like, it's going to be like this, but there's nothing holding us together. Does that make sense? Except for us wanting to be together. Because if those two people weren't married. Especially
the fact that you can get Lala removed from your face. So you're right. There is nothing going to be holding you together.
Tattoos can always be covered up. I've covered up a few.
Right.
It's easy.
Brand new.
An easy fix.
Brand new. Did you get that?
Yeah, brand new. I love it. I am brand new.
Angelina Jolie.
Didn't you get my joke? Brand new.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. More has come out about this private plane situation.
Yeah, I read about this morning.
So, as you know, they were on a private plane from their Miraval, French chateau, going back to LA, and there was this wicked fight that happened on the plane that caused her then to file for divorce. And the FBI, I guess, was involved because they were flying. The way I understand it is they investigated it and they decided not to go forward with it. Now she is suing to allow this information to come out. So the reason we know the information she's claiming is because it's listed in the lawsuit.
Right.
Which is, this is what happened. He freaked out. He was yelling at me. He was pushed me, threw me against something in which I was hurt. One of the kids, and they won't say which, got up and he struck that child and choked another.
Mm-hmm. And dumped wine and beer on her and the kids.
Yes. And so then she had bruises that she took photos of that I've seen. And, she wants this known and out, and she doesn't want it forgotten. And, the only people that really know the truth are the people in that immediate plane. I mean, the pilots don't know they were flying. I don't know if a stewardess knows. If they had a flight attendant there, sometimes people don't. Sometimes they just get on the plane and they're like, we don't need the flight attendant. We've got sandwiches, whatever. So I don't know if there was anybody other than the family that can attest to this.
Well, what's going to happen is they're probably going to bring the kids in and ask them what the flight was like.
And even then, with kids, that's what's so hard about these situations is even with the child, their memory can be skewed, and look, I'm not saying I don't believe her. I believe her. I actually do. I actually believe her. But I'm saying, you know, with the legal stuff involved, like, you know, a kid's memory and also protecting your mom. And I think she's still very angry because he's now got the movie careers back. He's the toast of the town. He's dating some women. And I think she's like, fucking no. Like, no, I want people to know what it was like to be married, because this didn't just happen overnight. This was probably many times he was acting awful, in my opinion, of someone who's walked on this earth and known families that have gotten divorced.
And he has a drinking problem he's admitted to.
Yeah. And then the fact that this happened, and then, you know, the fact that no, he does get to see the kids and stuff. And if the kids don't want to see him, or she feels like she doesn't, I mean, I'm sure for his short visits, he's fine. And it's just a big, awful mess.
It is, but I believe her.
And, but you know, one thing nobody talks about is that Shiloh Pitt, you know, apparently, according to the press, went by the name John. I don't know if she ever went by the name John, but she was always dressed like, you know, in masculine, cute suits. And now we see her and she's wearing dresses and she's dancing and everything. And I just want to say, I think they did such a great job. Never like talking about it, never announcing it, just letting her be her.
Totally.
Wearing what she wanted, cutting her hair the way she wanted, and just being like, and
just
now,
doing your thing.
And now she's the way she is now.
Yeah.
And I just like, I
and
think
that could change as well.
And that could change as well. And I just think more parents, in that respect, I'm really sad they didn't make it, because I thought they were so great. And then the older daughter is going to, I think it's Spelman.
Wow.
And like, you know, and Angie was there, and on Parents Weekend, and her daughter Zahara is, you know, is black. She's African American, and like, and from Africa. And this was the school she chose, and this is where she's happy to be and feels comfortable. And Angelina's there with the other parents. And like, I do think she's like a really good mom.
I do too. And so, I love her though.
Yeah.
I've always loved her. And what, you know, she's been a weirdo and just like.
Right. And also I know that
I was bummed about their
and she
split.
Pursued Brad when he was with Jen. So everybody is flawed in this situation, but like, it's just really sad.
Except Jen.
And except the kids.
Rachel.
And the kids.
And the kids,
and
obviously.
The kids are all, but it's juicy. Okay, so that's going on. Gigi and Leonardo are hot. It's happening. It is
happening?
It's totally happening. I predicted it.
Did you really? You predict everything, though.
I did predict it, and it really is happening. They really are dating. They're seen going back and forth. Speaking of models, these two models are killing it. It's just not the greatest photo.
It's so bad.
Guys, this is a photo from
how do these men
Selling
pull
Sunset
such hot
show.
Bitches? I'm
this
so
is
confused.
One of the Oppenheim men,
yes,
brothers, one of the tiny twins, with his new girlfriend, who's a tall, gorgeous model. And this photo is just interesting because she's wearing a big man's blazer with her hair back.
Is he on a box, I bet?
Possibly.
He probably
is. And he's wearing like a long shirt pantsuit, like a pant with like a long tank shirt. And he's very worked out. And it's just like an odd pairing. Like when I first saw the photo, I'm like, what is this? But
he would be an odd pairing with anybody.
Yeah. Oh, but this is exciting. So my neighbor, she lives across the street from me, and she called me when I was on the road, and she goes, "Did you tell Jason Oppenheim about my house? Don't you know them?" And I go, "No, I've interviewed a bunch of the girls from Selling Sunset, but I don't know either one of the tiny twins. I don't know them." And she's like, "Oh my God, he's at my house, looking at my house right now with Mary."
Who's Mary?
Mary is the other realtor from Selling Sunset.
I don't watch the show.
Anyway, and she goes, "Yeah, he's playing basketball at my house right now, like using the basketball court." And I'm like, "What an interesting sport for him to be playing." And I'm like, "Really?" Like, I go, "Do you think they have clients with them or what? Or do you think this could be for one of them? Like, I'll die if one of the Selling Sunset people are living on my street." Anyway, their house is in escrow, and I don't think it's through him. But that was pretty exciting.
Did you coin them as the tiny twins?
Yes. I love them. I think they're cute. Okay. You were excited because you just found out, I told you, Karl Lagerfeld will be the theme for the Met Gala.
I love this because one of my very first, entering high school pieces was a shirt that had Karl Lagerfeld's face on it. And it was like big and baggy and almost like a dress. And I actually got sent home the first day of high school because it was too short. And I wore it with like these cute little super high-heeled boots. So that's when I fell in love with him. And then I bought these amazing leather gloves that have like a cartoon version of him on one and his cat on the other. So this makes me very happy.
We are going to secret that you get invited.
I doubt that's going to happen.
Wear that shirt and those gloves. I don't know what this would be. Just, I guess, a lot of like those high collared, or they look at all of his work. I guess anything that he's designed in the last 60 years. However, Jamal, what's her name? You know, I never can say anyone's name right. You know, Jamal, whatever that girl is. Here she is. What's her name?
Oh, Jamila Jamil. Yeah.
Is that it? Jamila Jamil.
Yeah. She had.
Well, anyway, she
had like
went
a game
off
show.
and pulled up all the problematic things he said in his 85 years of life. And, yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he fucking did. He was an 85-year-old gay fashion designer who worked with the most elite people in the most elite circles. Guess what? He probably wasn't totally inclusive. He probably was a little bitch.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Haven't we all been? Like, it's so interesting when people come to the mats with something like this, because it's like, but what if we shifted the focus onto everything you have said in your, let's see, she looks around like 37 to 40 maybe.
Her thing is that she's exaggerated stories about her illness over and over and over again that people have discovered. I think.
Well, let's talk about it.
I think it was House and Habit that discovered all the lies that she had said over the years. Also, we're not making a monument of him. We're not
just
putting him at a school.
We're
just saying wear his fashions to like a very shallow thing, and the money goes
and by the way,
art.
He's dead and gone. Let it go. Let it go, Jamila.
And
he doesn't even exist on the planet anymore. Let's just like celebrate his work.
And this
not a big deal.
And by defending this theme, Lala and I would like to be invited. Okay, have you heard about this book that Constance Wu wrote?
No.
So it was her memoir, and it's pretty juicy.
Okay,
so she was the star of Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay.
She was also in Hustler with J-Lo.
I know exactly who she is.
So her career was really skyrocketing throughout the first few seasons of Fresh Off the Boat. And so at one point in her life, she didn't really think that she thought the show would end after 5 years. And towards the end of that 5th year, her producers and everybody said, you know, you're free to pursue other things. You just did The Hustler. So she had all these people coming at her to do other projects. So she was pretty hopeful that the show would not continue.
Okay.
And then they announced Fresh Off the Boat gets a 6th year.
Oh, and
so
she wasn't a part of it?
Had nobody around that could take her phone away. And she got on it and she wrote, I'm in absolute tears right now. I'm so pissed that the show is got another season. Something to that effect.
Okay.
So a lot of people the internet turned on her. And they were like, you're such an ungrateful bitch. Like, we love this show. It's the first Asian American sitcom of its kind. You're shitting on it. You don't want to do it because you think you're above it. And Asian Americans were against her and actresses and everything.
So hold on. She had the opportunity to go back for the 6th season?
No, she contractually had to.
And she was annoyed that she had to?
Yes, because she was hoping that it would end and then she could go do these other projects. Now she can't do these other projects.
That is so obnoxious.
It is obnoxious.
Do you know how many people would kill to like be in your situation? You fucking ungrateful bitch.
Well, you missed the tweet because that's what you could have responded back to it. That
like,
day.
Are you fucking
That's
serious?
what everybody did. So then she was like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh shit.
And she got very depressed. And the sad part is that at one point she was like on her balcony considering jumping off. So at that point she retreated and then didn't do anything and wrote this book. However,
so did they let her go? Were they like,
no,
if you don't want to be
so
she did?
I think she still did it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think, but after it was like, you know what? I don't know. Will you look that up? Yeah. Did she do the 6th season or not, or did it end, or COVID ended it? I don't know. But then she didn't do anything. But a lot of people didn't do anything during COVID. But she wrote this book. And in it, she said, her publisher wanted her to reveal that she was like sexually harassed by this one Asian American producer on the show. That he was like, send me nudes, and he took her to a sporting event. It was like kind of had his hand like he brushed his hand against her crotch, like acting to like he was getting a popcorn or something.
What a slime.
And she didn't want to include it because she's like, listen, I feel like I somewhat contributed because I acted like it didn't bother me. I acted like I was part of the boys' club. And also compared to other Me Too stories, I'm sorry it wasn't that bad, and I know I'm going to get backlash from it. But they're like, no, include it, because by including it, you are saying, you know what, I should have spoken up. I should, like it's a good message to tell, and it's still gross that it happened. So she includes that in it, and
I'm glad she included it.
Yeah.
Expose them all.
Well, she doesn't say who it is because then she'd be sued, even though it all happened. But I think people can figure it out.
Right.
Because she said he was Asian American and he was on the show. There's probably 3 of them or 2 of them. Okay. So you can probably figure it out.
Okay, so she was
took
smart.
Her to a sporting event.
She was smart.
Yeah.
Let the people do the investigating.
Yeah. And so anyway, that's the story. And like, I do feel it also helps to gain the sympathy to say, I also kind of wanted the show to end because I was dealing with this fucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing is you tweet things and you're dealing with all the other shit in the background, but no one else sees that. They think you have this just amazing life.
Right.
Then you send a tweet like that and it does come off as you ungrateful bitch.
Right.
But everyone forgets the backstory. Like there must be, excuse me, there must be something else going on. I'm glad she wrote the book.
I mean, I just think
I do remember her from Hustler. Is it Hustlers or Hustler? So good.
I feel though like the lesson is really like I have regretted sometimes writing back somebody or whatever. And I do have to say, like, throughout the years, like, I have a Peter and he's like, don't do that.
Totally.
And it's kept me like in check because I'm like, if I do this and it turns out badly, I'm gonna have to deal with him fucking bringing it up for the next 20 years.
Right.
So I would rather like not. And it's great. It's a great balance to be like, wait a day, think about it, ask somebody.
Like write it in your notes, sit on it.
Like people, you have to.
You have to be okay when you're in that spot and you're like writing something down and you don't know if you should do it or not. First of all, when you don't know what to do nothing.
Yeah.
But if you can say, okay, these could be the consequences of me writing this and I'm okay with that, then by all means do it. But you have to be okay with the backlash that you may get.
Well, also, I also think whenever I think I want to say something, I think of all the other people that won't disagree with me, what their good arguments would be not to agree with me.
Totally.
Like I'm immediately, and then I'm like, oh, forget it, But I still sometimes make mistakes, and sometimes that's fun, and sometimes that gets you a little press or whatever, and that's oftentimes not the reason why. But like, you really need to. Not everyone has to know what you're feeling at every moment that you're feeling it.
No,
the
not
world
at all.
does not need to know.
See, it's crazy because when I film Vanderpump,
yeah,
I feel like I can just share and do whatever.
Yeah.
Even on the podcast, I say a lot of shit. When it comes to posting and putting things like when I'm typing them out, it just hits different than when you actually say it, right?
Right.
So I don't worry about the podcast. I don't worry about the show. The second it comes to posting something, even if it's just like me and my kid, I get so nervous.
Well, then you should. You should. Alec Baldwin's Rust is going to resume filming after settling with the wrongful death. I'm shocked that they're finishing this movie. I'm shocked.
How do you feel about that? You think they should have let it go?
Yeah.
I think so too.
But what's gross is I think this will do better than Bros because I think people are more curious to see this movie.
Of course.
Because they know so much about it. So I think they're like, yeah, let's finish it. Let's recoup some of the money, or they might even say we're going to, now I don't know if this is what it is, but if I was the producer, I would say we're going to finish this movie, but we're going to give a portion.
Yes, to the families.
So if it makes $100 million, she gets $20 million or something. Huh? Oh, her husband's the executive producer. So then, of course, he would like to see it be profitable. Then this makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Otherwise, kind of a strange move. You would have to take a portion of what it made and give it to the families.
So, yeah.
What the fuck is in my throat?
Do you need more water?
It happens to me every day right now.
Well, you're probably dying. Anyway, we know Hilaria and Ilaria. Hilaria had Ilaria, and she had her little babies, and her body is back.
The seventh. Make it stop between Alec Baldwin, Nick Cannon. I just can't. What is it? NBA YoungBoy. He's like 22 and has 10 kids. It's like, make it stop. It's got to fucking stop.
Well,
what's going on? Stop.
I don't know. She can have as many as she wants. And she shows up and she has a flatter tummy than before she was pregnant. Very,
and then she's
very
talking,
interesting.
And then she's talking.
Someone showed me pictures of her after her first baby, 3 months after her first baby.
Yeah.
She had the pooch. So how is it now after the 7th, every time it is like concave flat?
Well, because after 7 kids, you know the drill. You know exactly what to do.
She knows what to do. And
she knows exactly what to do.
Other people say, I followed her thing and I totally bounced back. So I don't know. Maybe she's got something. But she's still doubling down on being Spanish. She doesn't even care anymore. She literally just goes with it. She's does the accent. She's like, look, I identify as Spanish. I'm going to be Spanish. I know that you all caught me lying about it.
Is she from Connecticut too?
Yeah.
What is it with these Connecticut people?
Oh, like Dorit.
Who just can just choose something completely different. I've never seen anything like it. Connecticut's weird.
Well, I mean, I love that she's from Boston.
Okay,
Boston.
Never mind. I retract what I said.
I just think it's like she was like, I'm not going to listen. If I've been talking this way for 15 years, my husband didn't even know because he never bothered to ask what high school I went to. Like, she's just like, I'm going to keep going with it. And the people that are her friends are like, we like her Spanish accent. Leave her alone.
And now it's just
she's
who
a
she
nice
is. It's
person.
like Dorit.
Yeah, she's just a nice person.
If Dorit started talking normal again, I'd be like, who the fuck are you? Stop.
Well, this is from Vogue. This is the fashion. This is the Louis.
This person
Louis
looks
Vuitton
like she's
show.
buckled into a ride, like a roller coaster ride.
I mean, anything I've seen from the fashion weeks in Paris and
So
Milan
weird.
or whatever. It's the one I went to this one Gucci fashion show, and it's just like, you know what? I just want to go to what I used to go to was a Maybasket tea. It was for the Valley Debs in the San Fernando Valley. We'd go to the Sheraton on a Saturday in May, and all the seniors would just wear like pretty outfits from like Saks.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, I want that. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, there's not one fashion show I could go to where I'd be like, that I've seen any videos of that I'm like, ooh, that gown and I want to wear to my next run.
And
everything
by the
is
way,
a ridiculous, like, alien outfit.
Yes, and unless you're on this runway, you would look stupid. And by the way, let's talk about this.
Let's.
Kim K in all of her crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
So beautiful when you see it in a picture and you're like, I have to recreate this look. And then you see behind the scenes footage of her walking and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, that white dress, how she had to hop if she couldn't move her legs at all?
That one.
Like, who's going to wear that anywhere?
The caution tape by Balenciaga was also like when she was walking like the freaking Michelin Man. It's like, it's all for the picture moment.
No, it's just all for, it's
like,
none
what am I
of it's
going to
real.
buy this and wear it to BravoCon? I'd look ridiculous.
But of course, I know that that's what fashion is now, but I'm saying bring back the Maybasket Tea fashion show. Bring back the senior fashion show.
But you and I
what
are
is that
thinking,
other charity event that all the girls are in? Wait. I don't know. There's
you
like
and
all
I are
those type of
thinking
stuff.
about
I like
everyday
that.
life, though.
But
These
that's what
people
I know.
are thinking about what is going to be the
viral
coolest
moment.
for my grid.
I agree, but I'm like sad about it.
It makes me sad too because when I try to do that, I look like a buffoon.
We have to talk about this.
I hate it. I hate
Kanye
it so fucking
wore
much.
the shirt
What
"White
is he
Lives
doing?
Matter." He got what he
is he
wanted.
doing?
Everybody talked about it. He got the attention he wanted, and Gigi Hadid came after him. Then other people in the comments are like, "Gigi, you're anti-Semitic." I don't know why they think that of something that she did or said. He went after this other girl from Vogue. Then they made up. I mean, every Page 6 article yesterday was so-and-so snapped back at Kanye. So-and-so said this about Kanye. So, you know, he said, you know, now we know Black Lives Matter was a scam. And, you know, and then other people are like, even if it's a scam, it's the whole thing. It's
but
just
it's
so,
the message.
It's the message.
It's the message. He's taking it way too far. I really
other
didn't
people
like
are
this.
saying like, Kanye, like, I just don't get you because I feel like, what are you doing trying to get like this approval And it's a very divisive thing that he did. Like, just when you think the world's kind of chilling out, then you
does that
wear
with
that.
Candace Owens or whatever her name is.
Yes, it's just not. Okay, so then Kanye does this post, and he says, oh, I wonder what Gigi and Venus perspectives were, Venus Williams and Gigi, were when I didn't know where my child was on her birthday. And he does this long thing. It's all about that. But Candace Owen was the only public figure to say that it was wrong for the Kardashians to keep me from seeing my daughter. Candace Owens going after the Kardashians. She gets a lot of action, just like Bethany Frankel. Like, it's a lot of like this, let me attack these people. So then Khloe comes up, and I really liked what she said.
Okay.
So she responds to his, and she says, Yee, I love you. I don't want to do this on social media, but you keep bringing it here. You are the father of my nieces and nephews, and I'm trying to be respectful, but please stop tearing Kimberly down and using our family when you want to deflect. Anyway, again with the birthday narrative, enough already. We all know the truth, and in my opinion, everyone's tired of it. You know exactly where your children are at all times, and you wanted separate birthdays. I have seen all the text to prove it, and when you changed your mind and wanted to attend, you came. We all saw that.
Yeah,
Chris
he did.
was like, Kanye, you're here. Like, everyone's nice. Like you have pointed out yourself, she is the one taking care of your kids 80% of the time. Please leave her and the family out of it so the kids can be raised peacefully. I come from a place of love, and I'm happy to continue this conversation privately if you wish. I thought that was great. I think this is just awful. Telling everybody where the kids go to school. My friend's kid goes to that same school, and the day after he did that, she said, you would have thought the president of the United States was at the school. There was so much security. It was so scary. Like, just come on, Kanye.
What is he doing?
He's not right. But then Khloe got in a little trouble too, because she had a big Photoshop failed.
Oh, yeah,
she deleted it. So when you zoom in, you can see the looping of the wall. Her waist and her arms are already so small. She's lost so much weight.
She posted this? Why would she do that?
She says, oh my God, I didn't post that. Ha ha, look at how bad the wall is. She says, no, I didn't. Someone from my glam team did. Then she goes, wait, sorry, I don't want to throw my glam team under the bus. Listen, you guys Photoshop everything, including your kids. And
just like be honest about it at this point.
Just go, yeah.
Just kind of teach. How about this? Do a little tutorial of how you guys edit, because we'd all fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's beyond obnoxious. Okay. And by the way, this is exactly why I won't get my ass done, because it will look like a meatball with two toothpicks, and that's what's happening to Kim and Khloe.
Well, they're going down a little bit. The butts have gone down some.
Have they?
Just a little bit, but it still looks like two meatballs with sticks.
Correct, which is exactly what I would
like a little meatball appetizer.
Like Ants. Have you seen the movie Ants?
Don't do it.
I'm not doing it. I'm scared of it.
This is Kanye's fashions. He had people wear ball caps, and again, it's very apocalyptic, homeless chic, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Just horrific.
Oh, wow.
I don't know who the fuck is wearing this. This is crazy.
Maybe Rihanna. Rihanna could pull it off. And
no
totally
one could pull it off. It's terrible. So then Amelia Gray was modeling in it, which is interesting because she was dating.
Yes.
She was dating Scott Disick. Anyway, Amelia Gray was the model. Lisa Rinna is there. Lisa Rinna, of course, is best friends with Kendall Jenner. I'm going to try that. Kendall Jenner 818, my friend Kendall Jenner's tequila. And Amelia dated Scott Disick. And Amelia, is a very pretty girl. And so
she's beautiful.
And she's high profile. So, of course, she's modeling it, but doesn't look great with a bald head. Who does?
Who
does?
And
the outfit looks awful.
Unless you're Amber Rose.
Yes. And then I noticed this photo of her. And actually, there's a photo of Kylie where I didn't think it was Kylie when I was trying to look up her Instagram. I literally said, who's this black girl that is in her circle? Okay. But it's Kylie because she has a wig on, and then she has these drawn skinny eyebrows. And Amelia did the drawn skinny eyebrows. I don't think she shaved her eyebrows. I think they covered them up.
No, they definitely covered them up.
This look from the 90s is so ugly. Please don't bring it back. Don't bring back the Julia Fox bleached eyebrow look, and don't bring back the tiny eyebrow look.
No, tiny eyebrows and bleached eyebrows I can not get down with.
I don't care. Be ugly. I'm not jumping on this bandwagon.
Hell no. Yes.
Britney Spears has a sunburn. That's mostly what people got from her latest post. She said, I cut my hair, but I'm not ready to show you yet, but I will show you my boobs. And she rolled around in the sun.
There's
in the
areola
sand,
in these. I fucking love her.
She's really sunburned.
Very.
Skin cancer is real, y'all.
Don't even get me started. I'm so afraid of the sun. I will either be orange from a spray tan or just white because I'm so afraid of the sun.
Well, you know, I follow her and I talk a lot about it. And the comments are, people are like, she's not okay. Who is taking this? Why? Who is? Well, it's Sam. Sam is the only person around her.
Ugh.
Sam, the husband. So now people are like, a lot more. And then other people are like, let her be free. Who cares? I've always said, even if Sam doesn't want her to do this, I think he knows it's not a battle worth doing. Because the minute he probably goes, hey, don't post this, she probably freaks out and is like, who you're, you know, who
you're
are
like
you?
them.
Yeah, you're like
trying to
them.
control me.
So, you know, but he could offer some sunscreen.
Yes.
He is Middle Eastern. He can tan.
Okay? He can tan, but
this is bad.
This is going to be
bad. This is a bad sunburn. 40-year-old
This is going to
woman?
be leathery.
Yeah.
And spotty.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't appreciate that. They just realized, TMZ, that Velma might be gay. I'm like, I always knew that. This is Velma from Scooby-Doo. I thought
she was always gay.
I think she was always out.
What? This is not news to me.
I thought it was funny. I always thought Peppermint Patty was totally gay too.
Same.
From Snoopy, yeah. She played football and she was a dick at it. She'd take the ball away all the time.
I just thought they were way before their time. It was like,
and
wow,
she wore,
this is like...
And Peppermint Patty wore Birkenstocks. I mean, as a little kid, I was like, she's gay, right? Like, no one's going to want to date. None of the guys are going to be into a Peppermint Patty in the Snoopy, even though they were kids.
Right.
And then with Velma, I was like, she was like the single lesbian that knew how to get shit done.
Totally.
Like, she was like the leader of it.
Yes.
And then also, I think the other cute guy that was with the other girl, the blonde guy, I think he was closeted gay. The blonde guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, like, he was a little bit like Metro.
And are you talking about, and he had the blonde girlfriend?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he was hot. He was like a hot
yes.
animated person.
But I always imagined that, like, once they got past, you know, doing this job of, like, finding the ghosts and they went on to get married,
yeah.
I think that he never cheated on her, but I think he totally watched gay porn and, like, rubbed it out. And she never knew. She went on to do Charity League and stuff like that. And have fashion shows that I want to attend.
I want to live in your brain.
Yeah, well, that's what
There's
it is.
the juicy
See,
scoop.
here they are.
Totally.
See, look, you wore a little
the
ascot.
redhead.
Yeah. And then sadly, Shaggy, I don't think he ever got laid. I think he was that guy that was just like alone.
And kind of stinky.
Yeah. And
like he definitely smells like carne asada tacos.
Yeah. Here it is. Velma of Scooby-Doo has a history of pushing identity boundaries.
Oh.
And not everybody's happy about that either. Well, I am. I am happy about it.
It's not that deep.
I am happy about it. And I'm happy about my girl, JoJo.
Love JoJo.
Okay, so Allie Shapiro, Jill Zarin's daughter, who I love, she sent this to me because she remembers when I predicted that JoJo was gay like
How
5
old was
years
she?
ago.
Wow.
Well, I knew from the moment I saw her on the Dance Moms.
Really?
But then I didn't feel comfortable saying it till about 2 years before she came out.
Okay.
Anyway, she's doing that TikTok trend. Have you seen it where, like, it's that song where they're like, I want to tell you a story, and this is what it's about. I liked girls, and I did it. No, and it's like they play that beat behind. Okay? You've seen it, right? About me. Yeah. There's one thing about me that you don't know. I was walking down the street. There was a really weird guy. And then I said, what are you doing? And I, like, it's so funny.
Does it rhyme?
Yeah. No.
At least?
Sometimes. What makes it kind of funny is someone just tells, like, a weird story. And sometimes it's like a dark story. Sometimes it's a funny story. So JoJo's there. Bows are gone. Hair is short. She has, like, little, like, whatever, like, pigs.
Yeah. What are those called, Jess?
Little pigs.
Like little space ones? No,
Yeah, she's
like
just chilling. And she's
buns.
like basically talking about how, like, she saw, like, I think it was Demi Lovato do something cool for the summer. Yeah, she's saying that.
Turned on.
She kind of turned on, and then she saw somebody else sing a song, and she was like, and then I kept watching it over and over. I didn't know why. And then I realized I didn't want to have sex with a guy, and I'm gay. And then, like, it's so funny. And I also love a lesbian with a raspy voice. I just feel like it was like God kissed your vocal cords to be gay.
If I were a lesbian, like, this would be my type.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think mine might be Velma. Like, get me out of this scary place.
Then I don't know.
Because I think she would be like Heather.
If I were a lesbian, I wouldn't have a type then. I don't think.
If I have a lesbian, I cannot have another glam lesbian. I need to have a lesbian who knows how to get shit done.
I need to be the pretty one in the relationship.
She can be pretty, but she needs to know how to get shit done.
Yes.
And, like, I got it. Like, she needs to know how to change the air filter in the air conditioning and put it on the calendar.
Because I can, like, go out into the world and, like, be what I need to be, but I'm ultimately a softie, so I need someone who's powerful.
Anyway, I love JoJo. Let's get into Housewives, okay? We're not going to end this before.
So annoying that it, like, finally got interesting at the very end.
Finally got interesting. And what are your thoughts? Are you Team Kathy? Are you Team Lisa Rinna? Everyone knows my opinion. Let's hear yours.
I absolutely love Lisa Rinna, and that's an unpopular opinion. I think she's misunderstood. I totally get her. Her mom died. Like, let her go through the grieving process and freak out on everybody. But I saw that Instagram and Twitter, they were like, Rinna, stop getting involved in the sister stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have a sister, so I don't really know what that relationship is like and if I would want someone to butt out. However, if what Rinna is saying about Kathy Hilton on the Sprinter van and in the house is true, if my brother were saying those things about me, I would want someone to come and tell me. And then I'd want them to disengage. Right. Like, now let me take it from here.
Right. Well, Lisa went on TikTok or whatever, Instagram, and she goes, it was kind of scary. She had her glasses on. She was like in a hotel room. She might have been jet lagged from being at the fashion shows. And she goes, to all you TikTokers who love to talk about me. Yes. I know exactly what I'm doing. Don't get it twisted. And it was scary. People were shook.
Maybe she had one too many tequilas or something.
And of course she knows what she's doing.
She does know what she's doing.
And then she wrote...
Didn't she say she was the LeBron James of Housewives?
Hold on, I have that one and I'm going to go back. Then she goes, does a photo of LeBron and she goes, why can't anybody laugh anymore? Why can't anybody take a joke? Y'all are so fucking serious. Y'all need to go and have fun. Go dance. Dance for Andy, you motherfuckers. Go have a cocktail or 2 or 5. Just do something fun for yourself and laugh at it all. We are making a TV show. Get over your overly offended selves.
You know what, though? I agree. We are making a fucking TV show.
I know, right? But you put it out there. And just like I've always said, it's Housewives are all football, and they finally heard it and put them in a commercial for football. But whatever, don't get a dime from it. I'm just saying, like yes, you did it. You made a great TV show, and part of it is us reacting to what you put out there. So if people like it or don't like it, that shouldn't make us shallow.
She has not conquered the art of compartmentalizing real life from real life. And you have to. The moment the camera turns off and it comes out for people to see, you then have to disengage and know, I made great TV tonight. Okay? Or even in the moment, there's things I've done that I'm not proud of that are absolutely real. But unless I say, I made a great fucking show tonight, I'll spiral. And this is the type of posting you start getting. So she's got to the cameras are down. I'm done with it now. Unless I'm getting paid to go toes with people on Instagram and Twitter and tweeting and twatting and whatever the fuck, I'm not engaging.
Right.
Otherwise, you look like this and people start worrying, like, what's going on? She's living in the comments section. And I've dealt with a lot of people in the comments section who live that way. Number 1, they're torture to film with.
You know what I think she
Number 2, they spiral quickly.
You know what I think she should do on the flight home from Paris?
What?
Read Constance Wu's book.
Totally.
And listen to this podcast.
Yeah. I'm going to send it to her in a DM.
Meanwhile, Wait, no, let me go back over here to go to the fashions. So they shared their looks for the reunion.
Oh my
Beverly
God.
Hills.
So good. So good. So good. So good.
What?
I die.
I am dying thinking this. First of all, why does Beverly Hills not have to follow a theme?
Never. I know. They get to do whatever the fuck they want. They
put the Potomac girls in like purple. They put the Atlantic girls in like coral. Why is it these girls don't have to follow any theme?
No. And I've heard they are very difficult to film with. From like a production standpoint.
Well, I'm not shocking. So
not all of them.
Let's go through each look.
Okay. I don't like them all together. Like sitting on a couch together, aesthetically, it's hodgepodge. Dorit can do no wrong in my eyes. That hair is fucking sick. She has great ears, so her hair should always be back.
She has 2 rat tails of hair going down the back with a bunch of charms in it.
I kind of
And then she has like a weird pearl necklace. The dress I love because I love a no waistline dress for an eating, drinking night.
Yeah.
And I think this is great for when you're sitting on the couch. She's so thin. I don't think she has to do it, but maybe she was feeling a little bloated.
I just think her whole entire team is all about the look, and I'm obsessed with her, so she can do no wrong.
This dress,
Erica Jane,
I just saw it at Neiman's. It's on sale.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I go, where did I see that? It's pretty cute.
How much was it?
I want to say it was like $1,100.
On sale for $1,100?
I can't remember. But
what was the designer?
It was. I wonder if we can like look in it.
No, the tag's turned.
It's retro. No. It's like something
very cool.
Anyway,
I dig it. It's really cute.
So wait, okay, then
so bad. Giving me Ramona Singer
we have
vibes.
Sutton. I don't like Sutton's dress.
No, and it was probably $1 million.
And I think the ponytail is horrific.
She needs to get Bradley.
That was an awful
Bradley
look.
Leaks. Right?
Crystal, great fitted yellowy green dress that looked good.
Yep.
Garcelle, classic,
always kills it.
Classic black that looks good on her.
Kathy,
just very pink and
but I love
classic.
Kathy. It's very Kathy Hilton.
It's very Kathy Hilton. I thought Kyle looked great. She wore like a crystally like rose dress, and she has lighter hair and up in a pony.
I love the lighter hair on her.
Looks really good.
Yes.
And then Lisa Rinna went as a Brat Stall.
Lisa Rinna looks like Khloe Kardashian in that.
It's like. It's all the plastic surgery along with the filter stuff.
But she's using the same filter as Khloe Kardashian.
She went from being like a mom to like a 25-year-old girl getting into a club.
I can appreciate it. Dude, her body is a fucking
You're wearing the leopard today. Her body's so ridiculous. And with the wigs and everything, she looks so young. It's crazy. She's like 59.
No, she's freaking hot. I love the way she looks. Love the necklaces paired with the leopard. She loves leopard, by the way.
She loves the leopard. Look, season 5, this is from Bravo Then and Now. Season 5, she's just like wearing like a cute white dress, like you're going to a luncheon. Show's ruined. And now look at her.
But by the way,
I know this isn't so lighting
filtered. And also, you throw that picture into the Snow app. She's tilted the eyes up. She's added bone structure. She's made the lips bigger, which on the Snow app you can, instead of doing the full lip, you can do the upper lip as how full you want and lower. So it doesn't have to be full huge. You can actually do both. I know this because I've done it before when I couldn't get my lips injected. Anytime I would post, I would do it.
Oh, that's so sad. Go on.
And she brightened her eyes, obviously. The whole thing is filtered. You can also contour the face on the Snow.
Right.
So there you go.
Also, this is from Christian Grey Snow. He noticed that Kris Jenner liked Kathy Hilton's post about who did her hair and makeup for this outfit. And so he's like, oh, I guess, the Lisa Rinna thing. I mean, listen. They're all friends. I don't even think Kris Jenner even knows what's going on.
I want to know.
I don't even think she watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and doesn't even know or care.
Well, I have a fun story real quick before we sign off.
Yes.
So my birthday, year before I had Ocean, we were on a jet with Sophia Richie, Scott Disick, me, and that person.
Okay.
And Sophia loves Vanderpump Rules, loves Housewives. She was at dinner with Kris Jenner. Dorit came up to say hi. It was very awkward because Kris kind of gave her the cold shoulder.
Do you think Kris even knew who Dorit was?
No, because Sophia said, do you know who that is? That's Dorit Kemsley from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And she said, darling, I only watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Nothing else.
I believe that. The only thing that she used to watch was The Bachelor back in the day.
Okay.
That when it was on Monday nights, that was like the one thing she was into besides her own show. She really didn't watch any other shows. So I believe it. There isn't time for her.
No.
Yeah.
She's too busy
so
making
I don't think she
so
has
much
any
money.
clue to know how much Kardashians have played a role in this show as
Not
far
at
as
all.
like mentioning it.
Which is so
But that's
badass.
juicy. Thanks for that. Meanwhile, Sutton was seen at the Stevie Nicks concert with Camille. Now, I don't know if they went together or they both have boxes together, but Camille, former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they were hanging out. And, and then also Denise Richards and Sutton went out to dinner.
Weird.
And then there was some other comment like, next time we got to bring Garcelle. So I think Denise 100% wants to come back on the show. And
she
I think they're gathering together being like, let's get rid of the Fab Force 5 or whatever they are. Mm-hmm. Like, get rid of Kyle, get rid of Erica, get rid of, and what if it was Camille, Sutton, we bring back Lisa Vanderpump.
They got to bring back
Garcelle
Vanderpump.
had dinner with Lisa Vanderpump.
They're very close.
Okay, so what if it was this? Denise and Lisa Vanderpump, Camille, Sutton, Crystal, and Garcelle.
Boring. Boring.
That is pretty, but we need a couple more.
No, every single person that chimes in and says, these are the people we want to see. It goes, with the people you don't like being gone, you will not tune in. You may love Crystal, but you ain't tuning in for Crystal. You're tuning in to watch Erica Jane lose her fucking mind and talk about the earrings. You may not like her, but that's why you're watching.
And I have to say, I love watching Kyle, Dorit, Erica, and Lisa. And I don't want to see any of them go.
I don't want to see any of them go either.
No.
They make great TV. Let's call it what it is. These aren't your friends, you guys. These are your entertainment.
Right, and we need them not to all be, besties.
Right.
But I like Camille, and I would love for Camille to come back. I think she's an interesting person to watch. But I feel like maybe too much time has passed. I don't know.
I think Dorit needs to be pushed down a little bit. She's not bringing enough to the show. Do you agree? Except her fabulous outfits. And by the way, I love her, but from a standpoint of like what's entertaining, and let's just say it doesn't fit in the budget.
Are you serious, Lala? I was held at gunpoint in my own home with 2 little babies down the hallway, and you are going to criticize my performance this year. PK was across the pond when that happened to me.
You're so good. Like, you're actually making me feel bad that
Lala,
I said it.
Need to realize that not everybody can walk the way you want us to, even if we are all wearing the same Louboutins. So
you actually made me feel.
I hope you feel real uncomfortable when you run into her at BravoCon.
Oh shit!
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City got their taglines. Annie typed them up for me. Okay,
what are they?
Jen Shaw. I'm fighting for my life, not for your approval.
Ooh, okay.
Whitney Rose. I'm more of a free spirit and out the Holy Spirit without. Oh, sorry, let me do it again. I'm more of a free spirit without the Holy Spirit because she officially
left the church.
Lisa Barlow. I always have your back if you stop stabbing me in mine. Meredith Marks. Let me do wait, Brooks. Okay. When I take a shot, I always hit my mark. Heather Gay. I may be a bad Mormon, but I'm always a good time. I know the voices weren't the best, but whatever. They're only on I'm only 3 seasons in. What are your thoughts on these girls? I think those are good taglines. I think they're good.
I'm not mad at them.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the taglines. I really want them to... we're down 1. We're down Mary. Okay, that's why it's looking off. I was a little bored by the first episode.
Yeah.
A little bored. They haven't conquered the art of making me care about them in their homes when, at the very beginning where like the little girl's talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't conquered the art of like acting natural. It's like, okay, you know that there's a camera in your house and this is now feeling like a show. I'm not feeling like I'm just watching you be.
Right, good.
They still got to find their footing. Don't you think? I think...
I am liking it a lot more, though. I mean, I have to say, I like this show. The only...
No, by the way, I'm obsessed. I've been watching...
The only Housewives that I dropped off from watching...
Didn't watch Dubai. Did you?
Was Dubai and Dallas. Like, in the history of the shows.
Yeah, same.
I've kept up with Atlanta, Potomac, New York, New Jersey. Like, if I miss an episode, I catch up.
Same.
Those are the only two that I just was like, this felt like work and I'm not into it. But all the others...
All the others are so good and I watch all of them.
I am enjoying... And off the bat, you know, they're all.
By the way, the drum is super good because they're coming off of Lisa Barlow saying all that shit.
Listen, there's nothing better than someone facing prison time.
100%.
Numerous affairs, religion, divorce, scams. Yeah, I think they got it all. What do you think? What do you think is Whitney's? I have a prediction.
Okay, tell me.
And I don't want it to be true because it's sad.
What?
But you know how Whitney is hinting that something bad happened in her childhood?
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, she was abused, but by like a paternal grandpa that's dead. So the only reason she can talk about it is because whoever she's going to accuse is dead.
Really?
That's what I think.
Oh, that's dark.
I hope not. But I don't think she's going to confess that she was bullied for wearing the wrong socks in fourth grade. It better fucking not be that.
No, it's
I don't want it to be something super bad.
It's deep, it's dark, and you have to remember these women grew up in the Mormon church, which is scary. I mean, I was never a part of the Mormon religion, but I could view it as an outsider and just thought something's not right. It just feels culty and weird and wrong. So,
what's interesting, I just want to say one thing about the Mormon Church because I was listening to this other thing about it. There's a lot of weird pressure. It's like peer pressure to be holy, to go on a mission, to stay in it.
Yes.
So it's like there's so much of that causes the society to be the way they are.
Well, I've had actually quite a few friends of mine who have passed away due to suicide, who have left letters behind. They grew up in the Mormon church. One felt guilty just that he wasn't participating in the church anymore and his family had kind of exiled him. Another one came out as gay in his letter that he left behind, who he killed himself. Ugh. It's the pressure. I mean, you watch it with Heather saying she can't leave the church because she feels like, what would that do to my family? Whereas it sounds so simple. Just fucking leave the church. You don't like it. You don't want to be a part of it. Just fucking leave. But the amount of pressure is like debilitating for these people.
And the other part is the whole belief that when you get married and you're sealed in the church or in the temple, and so that means forever you and your kids, as long as you stay married, or even if you separate or get divorced, you're still
together in this celestial
afterlife,
kingdom.
You'll see each other. So there's this like whole thing that if
yes,
and also in the Mormon church, if you get divorced, like Heather's divorced her husband, he can go marry somebody else, and I believe then he will be sealed with that person in the afterlife, and she's left floating around in the clouds. But by the way,
that's only if you get a temple divorce. So it's not just like you go in and a judge says like you guys are divorced. You have to ask your bishop, and you go through this like trial of this is why we want to separate. If he approves, then you know that when you die, you're not with that person anymore. Right. If you don't do that, then it's like, well, you weren't approved, so when you guys die, you're stuck together up there. But it's like, first of all, no one knows. And second of all, let's just say my type of heaven, I'm going to be with the people I fucking want to be with. All right? Because that's what heaven is.
Right.
Heaven is not, well, down there.
Speaking of
you
which,
weren't confirmed to get
speaking
divorced.
Of Mormons, on Sister Wives, I was watching it this past week, and, you know, Christine is leaving Cody. And Christine said, I believe God is the way I am as a parent. I want my child to be happy. I believe God wants me to be happy, and my happiness depends on me leaving Cody. And I thought that was like such a great way to be like, I see God the way I see myself as a parent, wanting the best for the people I love. And I thought that was beautiful.
That is beautiful. I love that. No, I love that people are getting to see, because I'm from Salt Lake,
it's
to see that it's not so cookie cutter. And it's definitely weird, But I mean, these women are hot. They have fun. I love that you can see just like what it's like living. And it aesthetically is very pleasing because they shoot it in the middle of wintertime.
Yes. Okay. The girls are still filming.
Amigas.
Yes. Shannon, Tamara, and Vicky were together eating and spotted eating.
Filming?
Then,
were they filming?
I was featured on the BravoCon page.
I love this.
On Bravo TV about it. Here it is. 10 days. Check out all the full BravoCon. I'm the third slide with Shep and Craig. Now, I was not asked to moderate a panel
That's
at BravoCon,
so stupid.
but a lot of great people weren't. Now, the question is, did they feature me because I looked great and the two guys, Craig and Austin, looked great, and I am a somewhat Bravo influencer personality, and thank you for or did the social media person just think I looked like the middle-aged woman that'll be attending BravoCon, and they were like, hey old ladies in the Midwest,
like you may get a picture.
You might be
no.
you might be in between two hot guys. I think it might have been.
Really?
I do.
No, Heather, you have a face that is not just like anyone's face.
I can be conceited. I can also be honest and humble. I think that might have been the case.
Okay.
Either way, I loved being featured.
Did they give you a tag?
What do you mean? Did they
tag the photo?
Nope.
Did they tag any of these people?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Then
anyway, I'm like, look, the social media person might not know who I am, and that's okay.
I don't know.
And
you're
then
a
my
pretty
friend said,
household
no,
name.
this is the social media guy. This is his social media.
Wait, are you being serious?
This is his page, yeah.
This is who runs Bravo's social media?
The prima Donald.
He is everything.
Yeah. So here he is with his boyfriend totally naked in Provincetown, Massachusetts. And so I'm guessing now listen, I have a lot of gay men that are juicy scoopers.
Peter asked me not to post this in feed, but I've had 7 tequilas. So fuck it. Yes.
I want to know if the prima Donald went to see Bros, because you know what? I fucking did. I am an ally who went to see Bros. Did you?
And you didn't even do it for the red carpet moment.
Or do you just think I'm another Bravo chick that is just like a Bravo housewife?
Can I please slide in his DM and ask?
Ask if he knows who the fuck I am.
The prima Donald.
Get
the name. I'm obsessed with him. I may have to hit the follow.
And he can thank me for sharing his stuff. I will be at BravoCon. I have my show, as you know. I think it's sold out. I just saw the numbers. Maybe there's like 30 left.
Yeah, but what if my mom and brother want to come?
I have some saved.
Okay.
And I'd love for them to come. I have Carlos King, former producer of a bunch of housewife shows, to be my special guest. I will be going and watching panels and stuff and reporting on it along with Annie.
Perfect.
So this will be a great show, and you can stream it on the actual day that night. You can watch it, or you can then watch it for 7 days after.
Perfect.
And then it's gone forever for no one to ever watch again or see again.
It's just in your memory, unless you.
And everything is at heathermcdonald.net. And we are going to do lots of fun things.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heyday at BravoCon.
I have to talk to you when we end because I do have some reservations, but I don't know if you're free to go to dinner any nights.
All right, well, let me know.
But I did get some hookups for us to sit at a restaurant.
Oh, I love that. I love a hookup. Free?
Yes.
Free for a post? Love that.
But now, Lala, just tell me, everybody, your makeup, when does the show come out? What's your scoop?
I don't know when the show is going to air. I've been told early next year. You can find me on the gram at Lala Kent, TikTok, Give Them Lala, get stuff for your babies at givethemlalababy.com, and shop my beauty goods at givethemlala.com.
So great. Thanks for putting yourself together.
You're welcome.
You look gorgeous. I can't wait to hang out with you next weekend. And yeah,
I love hanging out with you.
And to everyone going to BravoCon,
I'll see you there.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.